So God is going to appear before him. He knows that. And so he is pacing up and down, he's biting his nails because he knows that his friend is going to see God, and finally they're going to coincide in thoughts. He's going to say, yes, there is God, I accept, it's all true. God told me that he went and he appeared before him, it's over, it's happened. So after getting that assurance from the Guru, he comes back to his friend and he says, when you came to the house, did you see God face to face on the pavement as you were walking? To this friend says that, look buddy, you and I do not agree on this thing called God, I do not believe. I think we should really let it rest there. But because you asked, I just wish to explain here. Much as I don't believe in these things, I have read and heard a lot about it from you and from many books, and you have given me lots of books yourself. So I know in those books that talk about God itself, the one thing that they all say in unison, in uniformity, is that God will only appear before the one who believes. You have to trust him for him to come before you. So that's been very, very clearly mentioned. I do not believe in God. I'm declaring it openly. So when I came this evening, somebody came before me, and when that somebody appeared before me, he's probably not God. Because if it's God, he should not appear before me. I don't believe in him. I deny him. I said, so this friend just fell flat. He just collapsed right there. The point that I'm trying to make again is the contrast between Prahlada and his friend. For Prahlada, God was there even in the pillar, even in the stone. But for this friend, even if God came right before him, blessed by the Guru, he did not see it. Why? Because he did not have the eyes for it. So there's one thing on earth that is greater than God himself, and it's faith. Faith is very important. And coming to faith to happen, it has to happen on its own. And only for that to happen, in order for our faith to be reinforced in all these things, so that we get a firm hold of faith, God, out of his mercy, the Guru, out of his mercy, makes these things happen around us. Like how Premala Ji described, like how Rajeshwari Ji described, like how Mataji described. Things happen around us, which happen to all of us. We see it like the salt the ocean. In Madurai is a temple town. It's a temple town that's located in South India, in the southern part of Tamil Nadu. For those of you who are aware of it, we have these Nama centers all over the place. The chant Maha Mantra. We have these kendras all over the place, and our Guru Maharaj travels extensively talking about the greatness of this Maha Mantra and pouring this to people. Because it's like that, as they would say in Tamil, madi nirainda pasu, they would say, when the cow, when the udders are full, it has this great anxiety. It just wants to give it. It wants to give it to everybody because it's so full. That is the state of the book. It's so full of that compassion and that mercy and that love that for no personal interest of this, he wants to give that Nama to us. He just wants to give that to us. And the same thing happens with our Guru. And he travels far and wide giving discourses about the greatness of Nama. And we have such gatherings where in India thousands and thousands of people who attend such programs, and Rajendra and Premala Ji have attended such lectures. So lots of people come and chant. So in one such trip, where I was fortunate to accompany the master, it was done as a 2-day program there. Today there's a lecture about the greatness of Nama Sankirtan, about the greatness of Maha Mantra, and the next day again there is a lecture, and at the end of the lecture there's going to be a group chanting and everybody will pray, the mass prayer. And usually in such gatherings, the one thing that my Guru Maharaj would always advise us to do is to, if somebody wishes to share their thoughts, or somebody whose life were touched by the Mahamantra, he would ask them to share that with everybody if they wanted to, with the only intention that it would reinforce the faith of everybody. It would tell everybody that, this is possible. There is somebody who has been actually touched by it. So with that goal, that event of sharing the Yoga is usually done. Usually what we do is we ask people if somebody wants to volunteer to speak about their NAMADWAAR. Because for the simple reason, these are big gatherings, right? So people just cannot show up and say whatever they want to say, because we have to, after all, we live in the real world, and we have to make sure that things are okay and it can be shared and all that. So we basically just run it once we want to know what is it that we want to share with everybody. So this lady, old lady, she must be like 65 or 66 years old. A very poor lady, a laborer, a building, construction worker, uneducated. She cannot even write her own name, and she can only do a thumbprint. So this lady, she came up and she said that she wanted to speak. She wanted to share her Anubhava with everybody. She said it in her own local dialect, the way she would say it. She said, if you give me an opportunity, I would like to say something. So we wanted to know what is it that she wanted to share. So we asked her that. She said that me and my husband, we are construction workers, and they were like 65 and they were still working. They're carrying bricks and they're doing the hard labor. Imagine, they're doing that. Why? Because they want that meal at the end of the day. For us, we were all blessed with this so easily, we don't even realize how difficult it is for people. But there are people who have to do all of this to see that one meal at night on their plates. So that was her stage. So if they did not have the work on that day, she's not going to make it. She would have to stop. So that was reality. That was real life for them. So me and my husband, we are construction workers. So the only way that we are going to see food is by working. So if I work, if somebody engages me for work, at the end of the day, they'll probably give me some money and I'll be able to buy food. So this is my situation. Somehow we managed through these 60-65 years of our lives. And about 2 or 3 months ago, while we were working, my husband felt very busy when he was carrying the bricks and going up the building. An apartment was being constructed, and he fell from there. He slipped and he fell. He landed right on his back, and he fractured his vertebrae. And he became paraplegic. Below this, there's no sensation. Imagine that situation. Just imagine. Because only if we imagine a little bit, we will understand how difficult it is. Because we do not even understand that part of life. Because for me, from the beginning, everything was easy. Because my father and mother took care of me. I didn't have to think about such things at all. And not to this day by the grace of God. So this man is down, and you know how much a treatment will cost. So she has to get him treated. Where would she go for that kind of money? It's really not about money, but let's face it, in the real world it matters. So to get him operated, it's going to cost you 50,000, 1 lakh to fix his back. Okay? If he does not work, they're not going to get money for food. Imagine how, like, she's a 65-year-old grandma. What will she do? She thought that was the end of life itself. Because she tried approaching the hospitals, and the bill would come to something like 50,000 and so on. So she thought, okay, give up, because it's working. And that person, the owner, said, see, this is very simple, and you are having all these troubles, so why don't you just chant it? It's not going to cost you anything, it's just you have to say it, it's very easy. Just try it, what have you got to lose? You have nothing to lose after all, because you are in a situation which cannot get worse. It cannot get worse than this. So say it. And this lady, she has never seen our Guruji, she has never heard about him, she does not know where he is, she does not know Sanskrit, she does not know anything about mantra, she cannot even write her own name. But something told her that she should just do it. So she started chanting, and even it would be very difficult for her to say Hare Rama correctly once, even when I met